Hello, my name is Lila Renfro, and my partner and I's special consideration is training in cold environments. I will be going over question 1, which is the circumstances and our population of our topic, nutrition recommendations, hydration needs, and macro and micronutrients. My partner Gianna will be going over our findings, answer the question, if we were to work with these athletes, what would we recommend, references, and quiz questions. So like I said, our special consideration is training in cold environments. This population includes winter sport athletes like skiers, snowboarders, hockey players, and biathletes, as well as individuals in the military working in cold climates, runners who train outdoors, and winter and mountaineer expedition athletes. However, training in cold creates several physiological challenges. The body uses more energy to maintain core temperature, which raises overall caloric needs. Thirst is also reduced in cold environments, so athletes often drink less even though they are slowly getting dehydrated. Cold weather also increases carbohydrate oxidation, meaning athletes rely on carbs more heavily for fuel. There are also a higher risk of dehydration than many people expect, in addition to frostbite and hypothermia concerns. So how do sports nutrition recommendations change? Energy needs typically increase by 10 to 15% in the cold because the body burns extra calories just to stay warm. Because of this, athletes should focus on nutrient-dense, long-lasting foods that provide steady energy. Nutrition timing becomes very important. Before activity, athletes should eat a carbohydrate meal every 1 to 2 hours beforehand. During the activity, they should fuel every 45 to 60 minutes, and after activity, they should refuel within 30 minutes with a mix of carbohydrates and protein to help restore glycogen and support muscle repair. Some strategies for this include choosing snacks that are easy to open with cold hands, keeping foods close to the body to prevent from freezing, and using insulated bottles so fluids don't freeze. Athletes should also aim for about 100 to 200 calories every 30 to 45 minutes and about 30 to 60 grams of carbohydrates per fueling interval. It's recommended for them to use gels, chewing bars, or sports drinks. Hydration needs do change in my opinion, because even though it doesn't feel like it, dehydration is a big risk in the winter. The cold suppresses the thirst response, and breathing cold air increases water loss. The cold weather includes more urine output and can also contribute to dehydration. Athletes should drink about 4 ounces every 15 minutes during activity and include 300 to 600 milligrams of sodium per hour for longer sessions. Some practical tips include warm liquids and insulated bottles to help keep fluids from freezing and make hydration more comfortable. In the cold, carbohydrates make up about 60 to 65% of total calories because the body relies heavily on them for heat production.
Hi everyone, my name is Gianna Ciconti, and today I'm going to go over the summary. If we were to work with these athletes, what would we recommend? And the quiz questions. So let's get started. The summary is that cold increases energy expenditure and carbohydrate use. Hydration is commonly overlooked but essential. Think about it during the summer. People want to drink water in the summer because it's hot, it's warm, and you're finding that thirst. But in the cold, you're not. You're just cold and you forget about drinking the water, and then it leads to dehydration. So you have to make sure that you are drinking water. And warm fluids and electrolyte drinks improve hydration. Even if you just pop in, yeah, like warm water with electrolytes, that's good. You need the liquid. And then vitamin D and iron often need monitoring because, like I said, it's so easy to lose the nutrients you need in your body in the cold because you're training so hard. And then athletes should increase carbs and total calories in the cold because you need more to improve. And then proper fueling prevents hypothermia and maintains performance. So, if we were to work with these athletes, what would we recommend? So, before training, we would say to eat a high carb pre-exercise meal about 2 to 4 hours before, and to hydrate with zero point 0.5 to 1 liter fluid, preferably warm. And you have to ensure adequate vitamin D, which is like food or supplements if you're advised. And you have to make sure to wear proper layers to reduce excessive heat loss. You don't just want to go out in t-shirt and shorts, like obviously, but you have to make sure you're staying safe. And then during training, we would say to consume 30 to 60 grams of carbs per hour, which is a sports drink, gels, or any other bars. And you have to make sure to drink regularly, even if you're not thirsty, because like I said before, it's so easy to fall and become dehydrated. And make sure to use insulated bottles to prevent freezing because that would suck if you try to drink water and your water was frozen. And make sure to choose warm drinks for the comfort and hydration. And then after training, you're going to replace the carbs within 30 minutes, drink warm fluids with electrolytes, consume 20 to 30 grams of protein for recovery, and to monitor vitamin D and iron status during the winter months. And then here are some of our references, and now I will go over the quiz questions. So the first one is true or false. Cold environments decrease an athlete's hydration needs because sweat rates are lower. And then number two, multiple choice. Which macronutrient becomes especially important for athletes training in the cold? And then number three, multiple choice. Which micronutrient often becomes a concern for winter athletes due to low sunlight exposure? And then number four is a true or false. Cold-induced diuresis can increase urine output and contribute to dehydration in cold environments. So that is all we have for you. Thank you for joining, and I hope you guys enjoyed.